Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. Today's video is making fun of American Girl once again. So if you haven't gone to see my video, AG, you messed up, or something along those lines, I really don't remember what it was called, but anyway, I made a video similar to this, but that was more like things that they haven't done that they should have, and this video is focused more on things that they've done that were just dumb and that they got called out on, and it was just pathetic in every aspect. Anyway, so today's video is talking about that. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe and comment down below. Help me reach 200 subscribers and join the family, because when I reach 200 subscribers, I will be getting a create your own doll and ordering her and then unboxing her on camera. And thank you guys so much. I just reached 150 subscribers like 10 minutes ago, and it's seriously the most awesome thing I could have possibly asked for, and I'm so thankful and grateful for every single one of you, so thank you so much for helping me get to this point. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So would this really be an AG roast if we didn't talk about the elephant in the room? Perma Panties. So if you guys don't know what Perma Panties are, they were this pathetic excuse for American Girl to try to cheapen their line, but they put it under the guise of it would be helpful and easier and simpler for little girls to keep track of so they wouldn't lose their underwear, and that it just made everything more decent and modest and all of that. When in reality, all they wanted to do was cover their butts. Get it? Cover their butts? Perma Panties? Yeah, okay, I'm not that funny. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of what they were trying to do with these, and it didn't really work at all. People were up in arms about it within like a week. There were already people so angry and upset over this. So American Girl actually had to go through an offer to swap out any dolls that they had sold that had Perma Panties because people were so upset about it. So it really backfired on them, and they got what they deserved. They got what was coming to them. So it's just one of the first instances that I'm going to talk about where American Girl has done something similar, where they thought they could get away with it because they think it's just a bunch of little kids that don't notice and don't care. But in reality, it's a bunch of adults who buy these dolls for their kids that actually care quite a bit about the quality, and collectors who really like their dolls to all have a similar look and to be the similar quality that they have expected their entire time collecting. Alright, so next up is contemporary boxes. So back a few years ago, they released these new dolls. There were 3 of them, Tenny, Logan, and Z, and these dolls were called their contemporary characters because they were modern day characters that had a storyline, so they weren't historical and they weren't a girl of the year because there were multiple of them. So anyway, these dolls mysteriously disappeared pretty quickly after they were released. I think they only lasted like a year or 2 before they were gone, and a lot of people don't know why. But for me, it's pretty clear one of the reasons is because, similar to Gabriella, they decided to put them in new packaging that looked like, and I'm not kidding, a Barbie box. A giant, cheap Barbie box for American Girl dolls. And I don't want to be dramatic, but truly, I have Tenny, and for some reason, I know she's exactly the same quality as every other doll I've ever gotten, but something about the fact that I opened her up from a box that looks like that and has that feel of a Barbie box, she has always seemed lesser quality to me, even though she's not, and it really did. Even now, 3 years after opening her, I still think of her as lesser, which I know isn't good, and I shouldn't, but it's just, it really is a big deal. Marketing and packaging is a huge deal to the customer, and they really messed up. They really dropped the ball on that one, and I know they paid for it, so there you go. So looking further into packaging, because to me packaging is a huge deal. I very much think with that kind of mindset where things looking good and being clean and decent and beautiful is a really big part of marketing, and that's kind of one of my focuses. So I really noticed packaging. And American Girl, ever since I was a little girl, I have loved opening boxes and getting packages, and American Girl has always been a standout to me because of the quality and just how beautiful all of their packaging is. When you got an outfit, even if it was totally overpriced, you didn't really care because you got this really pretty box that you could open up and it had tissue paper in it, and it was just perfection. And now I've noticed in quite a few opening videos of hauls from American Girl that a lot of their most recent clothes come in little bags like you would get from Target. But yeah, it really cheapens it, and it really just makes it disappointing to me, and that's why I really haven't been buying from American Girl lately, because it just really hasn't impressed me. And the packaging is a big deal, and I'm just really disappointed in how they've been packaging all of their current clothes and like the mix and match sets that I've seen. That just blows my mind that they're selling it like that and they think that that's cool. So yeah. Next up is a nitpicky little thing I've noticed, but I did notice one thing that stuck around from those contemporary boxes is that now dolls, especially in the create your own, have like these plastic wraps around their wrists, like tied into the box, so you actually have to use the scissors to get them out, which is something I don't like. And something I've always loved about American Girl is how you can get the dolls out without damaging the packaging. You can get them out without using scissors. Sorry, I'm not doing well with the speaking part today. And just in general, just being really high quality and beautiful. And I don't like the fact that now they have to cut their arms out, and that just kind of really, it just doesn't do it for me, AG. Come on. Now I'm going to be honest, the next thing I'm going to talk about really doesn't have anything to do with anything I've already talked about in this video, but it's just something that I personally am nitpicky about and wish they would have done, and then in the other case, wouldn't have done. But another thing is, we're talking about the Be Forever line, and I don't want to get too much into this, and I also don't want to talk about the whole diversity thing in this video because it's just a huge, bigger issue that really needs its own video, and I just have so many opinions and so many things that I want American Girl to address. So if you guys want another video where I talk about that, it's just too much for this video, and I don't want it to be super long, so I'm just not going to touch on it because I just get fired up. But look, the first thing I want to address is, why did they not change Julie's eyebrows to be like feathered instead of being lined when they changed the Be Forever line? I know they could have because they altered a whole bunch of other stuff, and one of the ones I'm going to talk about next. So why couldn't they have just changed her eyebrows to feathered? Because it really is something that I don't like about my Julie, and I think that's one of the reasons why I've never really connected with her, is because I don't like her eyebrows, and it's just, I don't know. And the next thing is Felicity's eye color. When they brought Felicity back, the Be Forever Felicity, I mean, I know she was only there for like a fraction of a second, but they changed her eye color. And I can always tell the Be Forever Felicities from the Pleasant Company because I decided myself to get a Pleasant Company because I liked her bright green eyes. And to me, that was always just what Felicity was these bright green eyes. And even though she has lined eyebrows instead of feathered like the new one, it's just worth it to me because I personally prefer the Pleasant Company over the Be Forever, just because the eyes, and I don't know. But yeah, that bothers me. Why couldn't they have kept her eyes bright and green like they're supposed to be? Connecting to that, kind of, is why did they cheapen all of the historical outfits so much? When they brought Be Forever out, they genuinely changed like half of the meat outfits to be these cheap, like tacky outfits that you would expect from like a kid's costume at a Halloween store. I personally loved how American Girl kept it to be accurate, no matter what people kind of perceived about history, that they kept the outfits to be actually what they truly genuinely were. And they did a lot of research to do that. And for some reason they decided with this new release of Be Forever to completely change that and make it all costumey and cheap, and the clothes are cheaper quality, and I absolutely hate that. I'm sorry, I hate it. It's awful. And now we are down to our final 2 points. I saved these last because I don't want to get too much into it, and I know I can go on for a long time, so I'm just giving myself some padding for this. Anyway, the first thing is their whole retiring Truly Me 46 the same time Gabriella came out. We all know it's the exact same doll. Now, I have a conspiracy theory, and I want to make it in this video because I just think I want to get your opinion on it. What I think, and this is kind of messed up, and I know that, and it's not okay with American Girl, and I'm really hoping this isn't what happened, but it's just my theory, is that American Girl never planned for Gabriella to be Gabriella. Gabriella is a number 46, and I don't think they ever intended for her to be a Girl of the Year. But what I think is that they had some white girl with, blonde hair or something as the Girl of the Year supposed to be Gabriella. But they realized that they were going to get called out on it because they didn't have a doll of color, so they didn't have enough time to come up with a new doll. So instead, they retired Truly Me 46, but since they already had her in production, they could just put this meat outfit on her that was intended for this other doll, claim this is the new Girl of the Year, and then whatever doll was supposed to be Girl of the Year is probably Truly Me 412 or whatever we're at now. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's my theory. It's probably crazy, but I just thought I would throw it out there and see what you guys think. But yeah, that was just all around just a dumb fluke for American Girl, and they got caught in it, so I'm not going to go too deep because I'm sure the scar's there. They feel the pain. They know it's there, so. And now finally, my very last point before I sign out for the day. We're going to talk about the thing that has taken the AG internet by storm. This is Girl of Today number 4. So this doll came out, I think, before Just Like You's were a thing, because it's number 4. But anyway, this doll did not last very long, but it's the only other Asian face mold other than the traditional Jess mold that we have, and they retired her a long time ago and never brought the face mold back, and recently it's kind of been taking the internet by storm, and people are buying this doll to be able to say they have it and to customize it and just, whatever, because it's a gorgeous face mold and it's another Asian face mold. American Girl, bring that back, please. That was a great mold, and we want to see more of it, and obviously it's a big deal lately, so I hope they do something with it, but just the fact that they haven't used it again and they haven't come up with a lot of face molds, they should, so yeah. Now, AG, I want you to do two things for me. First, I want you to bring back Cecile, and second, I want the next girl of the year to have the number 4 face mold potentially be from like Japan and have a hobby you haven't used 10 million times, please. If she's a dancer or a gymnast, I'm going to lose my mind. Alright guys, well I hope that you liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below, and of course subscribe. Help me reach 200 subscribers. If you guys have any more things that you think American Girl has messed up on, make sure to leave them in the comments down below, because there's always potential for a part 2 if I have enough things to talk about. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!